Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at the DC versus Sonic the Hedgehog Power versus Speed Pack. Now I purchased this from Target for $59.99. As you can see, it comes with Darkseid and several Sonic figures who I'm not really familiar with. I do know Sonic the Hedgehog, which I think is the Flash, maybe? The other two, yeah. Not sure. We'll have to, maybe they're on the back, but this is a new Darkseid. He is in the 5-inch scale, so I'm excited to see him, compare him to like a McFarlane figure and maybe like a Superpowers figure, just to see kind of how he scales with those figures. With that said, let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, you get a nice window box giving you Darkseid and the rest of the figures fighting against Darkseid. Artwork on the side features Darkseid and the Sonic figures on the other. Back of the box gives you a nice look at the figures, which is Darkseid and, yeah, I don't know, but Shadow. Okay, this guy's named Shadow, and the little bat signal lights up if you hit the button. Then you got Sonic and white-haired hedgehog. Top of the box. Bottom of the box, UPC in case you need it. Side of the box, looks pretty cool. And the other side of the box, Silver. That's the thing's name. Silver. Silver, Sonic, Shadow, and Darkseid. And here is a little thing that says, "Remove me to try me." Let's see what happens if I do that. And it just pulls right out. And it glows. Isn't that so cute? Let's rip into this. Whew, that was a chore getting those things out. They were stuck in there, and there's so many of the little wire ties to clip. It's unbelievably frustrating, but we do have them out of the package, and I will tell you straight up front, these guys, the Sonic figures are, how do I describe this? Super hard to stand up. I've been playing with these for a while just to get them to stand. The joints on them are so flimsy loose, and the heads weigh just, that's the biggest part of the figure, and they weigh the most. They should have gone with like just a hollow head, but no, this is solid plastic and it's hefty. I mean, this feels like a hefty figure, and then you have these very loose joints everywhere, especially in the legs, and it just it doesn't really work because they don't stand up very well at all. And wow, that one's sort of, and they're just kind of all over the place trying to get these joints lined up. Oh, well, look at that. That just fell off. Awesome. Don't you love it when the figure you just bought falls apart? Which, honestly, that's not bad. That will go right back in. But it's a testament to how loose these figures are. See, what is going on with that? So the ball joint should be in the back. I just pull that off and try to turn that mug, but it will not. It will not turn worth anything. Why is it? Never mind. I see where my mistake is. Put that in there, and this turned around like that. They were just all kind of wonky in out of the package. Even the shoulders right there are not correct out of the package. Same thing here. Got to turn those. Turn it like that. Now I think we're good. I don't want to complain about toys because they're toys, right? But this guy, that head, I mean, the head alone probably weighs a pound. I mean, seriously, I guarantee the head weighs at least half a pound. It's huge. And the rest of us, see, look, even when you watch this, sitting to the side, he just leans back automatically. And if you don't have like a really spread apart stance for him and lean him forward, it makes it almost impossible to stand these guys. Now, they do have holes at the bottom of their feet, but I don't think it'll work because even standing them up, they're going to fall over. I don't think that the toy designers were like, this is a good idea. Let's just make his head like the heaviest thing and give him little teeny arms and legs and a little bitty body, which, they're going for the look of the character. I get it. But man, does this not work well. especially if you're standing on the shelf. Maybe if you're playing with him like a kid. So taking a look at Darkseid, which is the one that we want to see, he's got a very nice sculpt, as you can see. I mean, he looks good. The head is not on a ball or joint or anything. It's just turned side to side. That's all the movement you get out of it. That's okay. Looks like he does have some butterfly joints right there at the shoulder. Arms rotate all the way around. They lift up. Bicep swivel on this guy. He does have double jointed elbows. Wrist articulation. They rotate. They move up and down. He's got a chest cut here that allows him to turn, not so much, but that's mainly because of the sculpt, but still, that's pretty good movement. He turns all the way around at the waist, looking to see what's going on up under here. Let's see, what does he have? He does have, looks like he does have a thigh cut, so he can, yes, he can turn at the thigh. He can, okay, so if he didn't have the skirt thing, he would be able to spread his legs pretty far, but the skirt does keep him from doing that. He's got double jointed knees, which can bend that much, which is great. He does have a calf cut there to give him swivel, and feet that go back and forth, and they're on rockers, and a peg at the bottom. Wow. This is the kind of figure that I want Mattel to do for DC. This is Jakks Pacific, and looking at this, man, I wish Jakks would have gotten the license. Now, I haven't seen Mattel's stuff, so I don't know about what Mattel is going to do. This is a great figure. Actually, I'm really, really loving this figure. I wish this was the DC license. I wish this was the DC license. The paint job on it is fairly good. There's some scratches and scuffs here, but that's with any, toy line. You're gonna have that. The gold is just kind of got a little scuff right there, a little scuff right there. Looking at his face, though, I mean, the face looks great. Yeah, maybe his teeth are a little too white, but I don't mind that. Overall, man, one of my most favorite Darkseid figures, to be honest. We'll bring in McFarlane's Darkseid, and you can see he towers over this guy. Again, this is 7-inch scale. This is 5-inch scale. We'll bring something closer to the 5-inch scale in at the 4-inch size, which is Darkseid. So you can kind of get a comparison. This is a Kenner Superpowers Darkseid. This is the Jakks Pacific Darkseid and the McFarlane Darkseid. I really wish these guys had the license, because this is kick butt. This is actually a great, great figure. I mean, as far as articulation goes, man, this guy is the bee's knees. Is that a word? Now look at here. Here's something though I just noticed. Look how the plastic bent right there. When this is the knee that I showed you the double jointed knees articulation on, and the plastic right there is already bending back. Did that come from just, let's see, yep, look how it's catching. It's hard to show in the video, but it's actually catching right there and bending that plastic back. You can see how it's just bent back. I guess that's from maybe problems in the molding of the figure. Maybe, it wasn't planned properly. That's a little frustrating. That is a little frustrating that your plastic is going to start tearing up right there. Okay, I commend you for the attempt. This is great. Like I said, I wish we could get a whole line of DC figures, which I know you're getting Superman, Batman, and there's another one coming out on single carded releases for this DC versus Sonic line. But this, aside from the little construction issues, this is a great DC figure. I mean, absolutely great. Checking out Shadow as Batman. He does have, like I said, you hit the chest emblem and it goes, that. Again, this guy's head is just, it's too much. It's too heavy. And if the other figures are like this, it's not cool to me. I don't like that. I mean, great attempt. Look at that. Just, they're already loose, super loose. I'm not even doing anything. I'm barely touching it. And it just, yeah. Same thing with the legs and even the ankle articulation. You hear the little clicky, but it's still very loose. The legs are loose, super loose, and it's because they're so tiny that there's just too much give to them. And when that happens, the head is so heavy, it's just gonna knock it right over. See, look, he's just falling over. I didn't do anything but turn his feet, and his head just let him to fall right over. Not so impressed with these figures. Again, this is like half a pound of plastic. Why did they do that? Make that thing hollow so he can stand up, you know? Maybe put some of that extra plastic into making these figures a little more stable, a little more durable, because that's not. Ooh, check that out. Okay, so what was this guy's name? Silver. He does have the Green Lantern ring. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And you could get him into like a good flying pose, I imagine. I mean, let's see here. I mean, he can't look up because the head just on. How does that work? The head's just on a ball. So there you go. The head just pops right off. You got a good buck here for action figures, for a little, animated style action figure. Pretty neat. But just the head is just so heavy. I mean, you can see, look inside there. It's just pure vinyl, plastic, whatever this is, and it's heavy. I could probably beat you to death with that thing. Pops right back on. So literally, you could pop heads off of this guy and put them on Batman, vice versa, if you wanted to. Now, articulation wise, these guys can do a lot. There's a lot of articulation on here, even more so than on Darkseid. But I don't really care about these figures as much as the others. But you can see there's a lot going on with these figures. It's too bad that the weight of the head ruins the figure. And there you have it, a quick look at this DC versus Sonic set from Target. A lot to be desired with the Sonic figures. The Darkseid is daggum near perfect. I wish we got a whole line of DC figures from Jakks Pacific. If Jakks Pacific could do that, I don't know why they didn't go for the license, for the DC license, because that is awesome. Mattel, you got a lot to live up to with that figure right there. All right, folks, if you like what I'm doing, please hit that like and subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. Check out DCcollectors.com each and every day for the latest DC Comics action figure news. You can check me out on social media at DC Collectors on Instagram, Facebook, X, and Blue Sky, I believe. Check out the new site I'm running, independenttoys.news, for the latest action figure news from independent toy creators. All right, folks, let me know in the comments below if you bought this or you plan on buying this and what you think of these figures. That's it for this one. God bless.